Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Today, we've got a legend in the house, straight out of Jamaica, Queens, heavyweight champ, turned motivational speaker powerhouse. He's back with his brand new book, B.A.D, B-A-D, that is Balance, Angles, and Defense, dropping September 1st, 2025. Please welcome boxing legend, woohoo, New York Hall of Fame, Monte Two Guns Barrett. Yay!
What's up?
Hey.
How's everything?
Everything's wonderful. Everything's wonderful. I'm glad to see you here with us. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're a busy guy. Let's see. Can you hear me over there? You can hear me, right? I got windows wide open.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good, because windows are wide open. So before we dive into stuff, right? Give us a brief summary of B.A.D, which, let me see, guys. Maybe I better put that up on the screen. That's probably a better idea. So there we go. So that's the new book that's out. In case you haven't got it, go pre-order it, right? I believe you can pre-order it. Give us a brief,
Yes.
just a brief concept summary.
So basically, throughout my career, I had a great privilege to train with probably 5 to 6 Hall of Fame legendary trainers from Tommy Parks, Jimmy Glenn, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, Roger Mayweather. I trained with the best, and through all of them, Harold Knight, through all of them, they all have different concepts. Some focus on the balance, some focus on angles, and some focus on defense. So I was like, man, when I just was going throughout my life, I was like, man, and then I started thinking about life, balance, angles, defense, and I just said it makes a lot of sense. I even changed my nonprofit to Bad Boxing Headquarters, because
Oh,
I said
okay.
that's my.
Wait a minute. You there? Okay, wait a minute. We just lost you. We just lost Monty. Okay, give us a second, guys. Let's see. Oh, there you go. I just lost you. So I just lost you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so
I
I
can
lost
see you.
you.
I can hear you. I can see you.
Yeah, if you want to
All
pull
right.
over, you can.
I'm
We can
about
wait.
to get to a stable. Yeah, I'm about to get to a stable place right here. Give me like 2-3 minutes. Got it. We
Okay,
can talk though.
yeah, so okay, so you grew up in Jamaica, Queens. So with that, very big energy, if you could balance talk to your younger self, in a sense, is what would that be?
The balance would be, too much of anything isn't good. And I grew up in a space, I told you before, I always felt I need to be validated, right? And as I got older, now that I'm 108 years old, I realized that validation. I caught you right. 108. I always tell people I live my life twice, so it's 54 times 2 is 108. But
Okay.
as teenagers and kids, we always want to be validated. We want to be recognized and noticed. And then as I got older in my 20s, I was helping a lot of people and funding a lot of people and never getting the love that I needed or expected. Right. But as I get older, the balance is, when I look back at it, like I'm a better person right now. And the reason I think it's 2 reasons why I am 3 reasons. First is I did the work on myself. Second reason is I got into a good therapist. I got with a good therapist. And third reason is God. God centered the whole situation, and God put me in a space where I can be in a space after getting punched in the face of 18 years. I can still talk. I still have all my teeth and all my
I know.
faculties. I'm blessed and highly favored. Think about it.
Yes. Yes,
It's
I
a
know
rough
a lot of boxers.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you can't understand it. And I'm very fortunate to be in this position that I can be a walking billboard of God's mercy and grace, and I can also plant seeds where they can grow in the new community that I'm in. Plant seeds with education, with support, with love, with information, and also with teach them about health and boxing.
What's the age group that you usually get in your nonprofit?
Well, the youngest kids I have are 6 and 7,
Okay.
and it goes up.
Okay, so that's a different approach, a different level of lessons than with the teenagers, right?
Right.
Probably.
Because I mean, right. The six. So it's the USA boxing team. So
Mhm.
it's kids, white, black, and Hispanic. They
Right.
probably wouldn't have never met each other or been friends the way they are with if I didn't have the boxing program, right?
Mhm.
But now
Mhm.
that I do have it, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a brotherhood. I'm seeing them help each other. I'm seeing them
Mhm.
love each other. I'm seeing them
Mhm.
support each other and talk and communicate. And that's a
Right.
beautiful thing because today's word was how what is the it was one of the guys had he was crippled and he couldn't walk and he said it'll come back to me. But long story short, what today's word was like, what are you doing? How can you help people? Because
Right.
that man who he had I forgot what he had, but he had four friends that picked him up and they
Mhm.
carried him
Mhm.
and they carry him to God. And
Mhm.
through prayer and through everything else that I'm doing, I'm showing these kids how to pray. We
Right.
pray, we pray, we pray when we begin, we pray when we finish. You know,
Mhm.
I'm I'm doing my part as mentorship.
Right.
Not just in the ring being coach, I'm a
Right.
coach, not just, in the ring, but outside the ring as well. Because I want to
Right.
build champions, not just in the ring, but in the community and life, and their
Right.
family and their school.
Right. That's the most important. And it is a whole well-rounded lesson. I used to teach modeling to young kids, and I was like, it's not about the glamour. It's about here.
No, yeah,
You have to walk
yeah,
down that runway of life. That's the real runway. All the other stuff is materialistic. So those lessons are very important because they carry them through life and through everything. Um, so
yeah, I
ang-
agree.
yeah, angles, whether it's changing perspective in life or the ring. Can you remember one time that you shifted your angle and everything's shaped into place? Because a lot of young people need that lesson.
Well, my angle is always straight ahead.
Mm.
And straight ahead is not the best angle. You got to approach things with different angles because it's different situations. You can't
Right.
approach everything head on.
Mhm.
And love and life and relationships and business,
Mhm.
and your health and the community and relationships, you got to have a different angle because
Yeah.
what worked for one person might not work for the next.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
how you do everything, how you do anything is how you're gonna do everything. So
Mm.
you got to change yourself. But I've learned to take accountability and start pointing the finger at myself. And that was the
Mm.
biggest angle of all because as a grown man, I didn't become a grown man. When I say a grown man is in my 40s, I really start
Mm.
looking at myself. It's like, yo, you're the answer to all your problems. I
Mm.
can't blame my mother. I can't blame
Right.
my wife. Can't blame my
Right.
kids. I can't blame my friends. I gotta blame me because I'm
Right.
I'm the I'm the biggest. I'm the answer, and I'm the only one
Right.
who's gonna solve the problem.
That's
I have to
right.
take the actions, right? So my angle is like, okay, whenever I have a situation, I have
Hmm.
to look at myself, and I got to make those adjustments. And sometimes I got to pivot. Sometimes I give myself affirmations that I read up every morning, and I got
Hmm.
exercise in the morning. I look in the mirror and I talk to myself for 5 to 10 minutes.
Mm.
Because you know
Mm.
what, you could lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself.
Mm. Now that's a
And my
fact.
angle is like, oh, yeah, I can't lie to myself, and
Nope.
and my angles are, I just have to have a different perspective. I can't approach everything the same way. I've been doing it when I can't do what I was doing in my 20s and 30s and 40s. I'm in
Mm.
my 50s now.
Wow.
Every day
You're
is a
looking
new
amazing.
day.
Amazing, champ. Amazing.
Thank
I'm
you,
just curious, but how often do
thank
you
you.
work out? How often do you work out and how long do you work out? Because you
I
do
work
not
out.
look like you're in
Well,
your 50s.
now I got the gym. I work out probably. I'm hitting the gym around 3 to 4 times a week. But
Okay.
I used to run a lot.
Hmm.
I really kind of fell back from my running. I used to run like around 50 miles, 30 to 50 miles a month. I haven't been
Wow.
on it right now because the gym being open, I'm waking up
Mhm.
at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh my.
You know, for
Whew.
so it's a lot.
Yeah.
But
That's
and on top of that, I I'm getting offers for. I have another gym I'm supposed to open in August now
Oh,
that I'm gonna have to just pause with. And yeah, because I can't open it up right now. I'm only one person, and
oh,
that's in
wow.
Orangeburg, which is 30 minutes from where I live.
Oh, so that's a whole nother driving. Yeah, because time right now, everything's your time.
Right.
Yeah, wow. So yeah,
Yes,
well,
right. So I'm on the road a lot. Yeah.
wow. So when you open them, and so you're trying to do different franchise, or it'll be the same concept of you just in a different place for different kids in that area.
Right. Basically, yeah. So we got the bad. So basically, I'm just for the first time ever that um South Carolina has allowed a boxing program for the after school.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's Woodland High and Woodland Middle School in St. George. So that's the
Okay.
first time ever. I'm making I'm not reaching high limits. I'm reaching highs. This is another thing I did for the first time ever. I was
Mhm.
the first person to bring boxing to
Mhm.
a college campus in
Mhm.
South Carolina, which was South Carolina State University, the HBCU.
Okay.
So
Wow.
where I am right now, I just got offered for two schools that I'm
Mhm.
going to be give them after school program.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do the after school program with the schools
Mhm.
starting in a couple more weeks,
Okay.
and on a couple more weeks, it's going to be 8 years for the year, eight times for the year.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm starting now. So I'm building my team. I have like 4 or 5 people on my team that I'm building right now.
Nice. Very nice. Wow.
Hey, what's it?
So
Hey, say hi to Gabby. Hey,
hi,
yeah, say hi
Gabby.
to. She just got a call. Say
Hey,
hi. Click it.
that's your little one, right?
Yeah,
That's your young. Hey,
yeah. That's my heart. Yeah,
I
that's my.
know,
See,
I
that's the
know,
last of the Mohegans.
I know. Y'all
No
be together
more.
all the
I mean,
time. We keep up. We keep up.
yeah, that's my baby. Yep,
Well,
yep. Yeah.
let's see. So you've faced some big legends. You've been knocked down and still got up. For folks listening, what's the simplest way to master defense in life when that pressure's on?
I think the greatest offense for me is the best defense, and that's what I'm teaching my kids. I'm teaching my kids what I didn't have the discipline to do it, right?
Okay.
So I
Mhm.
started boxing at the age of 23
Okay.
versus me boxing as a young kid. So
Okay.
these guys get the long haul of me. I'm bringing
Okay.
all my experience with them. I train with them, and I'm also
Mhm.
teaching them like um I just think that I was just a nuts and guts guy.
Mhm.
Boxing is a thinking man's sports. It's
Okay.
not. It's more. It's 85% mental and 15% physical.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
It's a strategy. You gotta have a game plan, and you gotta have
Yes.
enough. You gotta have enough wisdom to follow that game plan through. Right.
Mhm.
Your coach. That's why you have coaches. They tell you this is what the game plan. This is what I need you to stick to. You trust your coaches. You guys you know. And
Right.
sometimes, like, so what I just feel like with my defense, I wasn't the best defender.
Mhm.
I was a straight offensive guy with a lot of anger and a lot of
Mhm.
rage, and
Right.
I fought from that space. But
Mm.
that wasn't the most healthy space because, I took a lot of punishment from some really big guys, and I'm
Yes.
so grateful that, like I said, even taking all this punishment, that I'm still here.
Yes, I know. A
I'm
lot of
still
guys are
here.
facing mental dementia. A lot of things after a long time of being in
Yeah.
the ring. Yeah, so God is so good.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It means you're so good at protecting your head. So that can mean a lot too.
Well, yeah, but
And
and I got a big head, so I
it
got a big
helps
head
too.
too, so it was hard to protect it from anybody. But I think what it was that God slowed me down. What I didn't know at the time is that
Mhm,
I boxed for 18 years, but sometimes I didn't. One time I didn't fight for 3 years because of management problems, right? And
mhm,
then other times I would fight like a year between
mhm,
fights.
mhm,
So I think that taking that time off, I really want to always fight, box, box,
Right.
box, because you make money. So
Mm,
all those times I wasn't boxing, I wasn't making money, but I wanted to. And I think that
right.
God had to sit me down and say, don't wear yourself out. Because
Yeah.
if I left it up to me, I would have been fighting every 2 months.
Right. Right. You would have been going in. Well, your book says it's not how hard you hit, it's how wisely you move. What's a real life punchline from
Mhm.
your journey that lives with you, like something that's you know.
Well, I have a couple. One of my favorites lately is how you do anything is how you do everything.
Mm,
And
mm,
the best way you attract people through the way you impact them.
mm, mm,
You attract people through the way you impact them. A
mm.
lot of people, I get a lot of energy comes my way, good, bad, and different. But I
Right.
noticed that I have a strong presence,
Mm,
right? And
yes.
I understand that could it's a gift, but it could be a curse if I abuse it,
Yes.
right? Because we
Yes.
sometimes we, you know what I'm saying. So I got to learn, and I'm learning to balance myself off because like I told you when I was younger, I always wanted the attention. I'm getting way
Right.
more attention than I even want.
Mm,
So I gotta learn how
mm.
to just step back from that and just say, okay, all attention ain't good attention.
That's right. That's a fact. That's a fact. A lot. Some of it can be envy. Some of it can be hate. Yeah, that's a true fact.
Mhm.
But it's good that you at least you know how to balance it. A lot of people, especially once they get the bag or they get the fame, they like go off with it and they how do they
Mhm.
say? Don't believe the hype is my favorite line from Public Enemy.
Mhm.
Don't
Mhm.
believe the hype because as
Yeah,
soon as you start
yeah,
believing it, the devil's coming for you for real.
yeah.
So
And and I feel like I feel like I'm in a spiritual warfare every day. But
mhm,
I'm aware that, and being aware that,
mhm,
I have a personal relationship with God. The most important thing for me is paramount that the way I am right now is that
mhm,
I'm building a personal relationship with God every day,
mhm,
praying, meditating, reading the Word, reading my affirmations about who I am in Christ. That has propelled me to the next level, right?
mhm,
Everything else, I have no control over anything. Once I was able to take accountability and
mhm,
start looking at myself, I realized that's when I became a solid person, right?
mhm.
Because I can't, like I said, I can't blame nobody but me.
Right.
I'm the biggest problem. But once I can take accountability and say, okay,
Mhm.
Monte, you could have handled that differently. Little
Right.
things like happen. Like me and my wife have we rarely argue, but we have disagreements, right? And I always say to her, and me and her both agree to this: are we gonna win the argument, or we gonna win the right? What's more
Mm,
important, winning the argument or winning the relationship, right? So
mm, mm.
we, of course, winning the relationship is way more important, right? So her and I both, we work on coming back to each other saying, you know what, and this is the balance. The balance of like, oh, you know what, baby, what I think is not as important the way you feel. How can I help you? How can I be there for you? What do you
Right.
need from me right now? That's
Right.
all. Sometimes that's all people need. They just need to know you're there.
Right.
How can I help you? What do you need from me? Right? And
Exactly.
that's humbling yourself and right?
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
even in Romans 12, don't think you better than everybody. Think of yourself sometimes less than people, and just
Mm,
humble yourself.
mm. That's a big thing. Big thing.
And
Um,
that's the balance.
yeah, the balance. Wow. The balance is important. This book is going to be amazing. You did
The
20
balance is
years.
everything.
It is. It really is because if you don't have that, you don't really have anything, do you? You know. Um,
Even in boxing, think about it. The most important thing they teach you in boxing first is your balance. Is you teach you how to stand because everything you
oh.
do from the way you walk, the way you move, is everything is different than a regular. So you gotta. So I'm fighting you facing forward, but I gotta
Mhm.
turn to my right, or if I'm a right, I gotta turn. I gotta be at a 75 to 80 degree angle when I'm fighting you in front of me. So I gotta give you less of an angle, right?
Ah.
So, but I can't do that until I have a balance.
Mm,
So once I have a balance, then I can focus. So I gotta learn how to. I'm facing straight, but my body's
mhm.
facing north, and it's a. But I can't do those angles until I can get my balance together. The
Mm.
way I walk, the way I talk, the punches, the way I throw my punches, right?
So that's how you
It's
came
little,
up with
little
your
things like that people don't realize. Right, exactly.
wow. So you did.
Think about
Mhm. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you
No,
did.
go
You
ahead.
did
Sorry.
20. That's okay. You did 20 years in the fight game. What's the one training moment, maybe something weird or raw that happened that now inspires you to write that chapter in Bad? Is there anything that inspired you from your 20s or 20 years of boxing?
Well, Well, yeah, what happened was so I was out of boxing. This is one of my favorite stories. I was out of
Mhm.
boxing for 2.5 years because I was in a bad contract and my promoter, him and I are good friends now, but we had bump heads and I couldn't fight because I had to file bankruptcy and I was in a mess. I had a nice amount of money, but it was going fast because I was still spending. I didn't have the discipline to
Right.
stop spending. So I came back out of nowhere. A man named Stan Hoffman.
Mhm.
This man was like a father figure to me, like a mentor to me, a Jewish guy, right?
Mhm.
They was
Mhm.
like people like, oh, Stan is a crook. Stan is this, Stan is that. And that's what I learned in my life that you can never take somebody's word. You got to have your own relationship with him because he was one of the most amazing human beings and
Mhm.
best managers I ever had. So
Okay.
basically, Stan was like, I he got me in a fight. I fought this guy Eric Kirkland,
Mhm.
and it was like one of my comeback fights. This was my first comeback fight, and it
Mhm.
was it was on ESPN main event. And
Mhm.
you think you're ready for everything, and then when it happens, I ain't get punched in the face for 3 years.
Right.
The first punch he hit me, I was like, I can't do this. I ain't built for this. I was trying to take a dive. I was trying to
Really?
find somewhere. I wanted to be so dramatic, like, oh my God, like I just wanted him. He beat me from pole to pole. I was trying to fall out on the floor, and start convulsing and all that. I was looking for somewhere to lie down,
Oh, that's
and this
really
guy
funny.
he kept standing me up and beating from pole to pole, and I got mad and I knocked him out in the 10th round.
Oh,
But
okay.
you know, that was
I was like, wait.
right. I was like,
Oh
yo,
no.
I was like, man, I was like, you ain't knocked me out, boo boo. I wanted to knock him out. And he was talking so much junk. He was
Uh-huh.
talking so much junk that he got me right back in where I wanted to be, back on HBO.
Uh-huh.
Because he was like, I'm gonna knock this old fool out. He ain't nothing. He ain't nothing. He ain't this. He ain't that.
Right.
And he just because after I knock him out, I'm gonna fight Joe Messi. And that's how I got to fight Joe Messi. And I fought
Oh.
three undefeated fighters back to back and
Mhm.
won. Besides Joe Messi, I won Joe Messi, but I lost on the
Mhm.
scorecards. But I won the hearts of the TV, of
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
networks, and
yeah.
they put me right back on.
Wow.
Well, yeah. So, but I mean, the first punch, he cut my lip open, and my lip
What?
was open. I had to get six stitches under my. It's still a scar right here. Six
Ooh.
stitches in here, and I had to get stitches inside my. He cut my. He punched a hole through my lip, my
No.
under my lip. I had a hole. It was
Oh.
crazy. And this guy, he was smaller than me, but he
Mhm.
had the heaviest hands ever. He was pounding me. And think about it. I didn't fight
Mhm.
for 3 years, almost three
Right.
years. Wasn't 3 years that yet, but I didn't fight for
Right.
almost 3 years. And they
Right.
began hit by this guy with all his
Yeah, that's
fury.
long.
I mean,
Yeah.
and the guy was just punching me. It
Whew.
was, it was a lot.
Wow.
And I
That's
was
long.
like,
That
man, I'm not built for this.
I
I
can't
wasn't. I
believe
wasn't.
it.
I
See,
thought I
that's the
wasn't
thing
built
we
for
like
this.
to hear. That's an honest thought from a champ. That's an honest thought. Some people won't say that because they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you might my ego," but I'm like, no. I'm sure they have a moment too where they're like, "I give up on this stuff." Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I
Oh.
was like, yeah, and just like another fight, I fought Nikola Valuev, and I got so much respect from fighting him because
Mm.
nobody want to fight him, and I took a lot of people don't understand. I fought this guy in the smallest ring in boxing history, which was
Really?
18 or 16 and 3/4. But Don
Woo.
King wanted to make him larger than life. So what Don
Oh.
King did was the WBA have the smallest ring. It could be as 16 and 3/4. So he made this 16 and 3/4. So as soon as he stepped in the ring on top of the rope, he was in my corner. My trainer, Bashir, he looked at me. He said, "Game out the window. You got to fight." You know what I'm saying? And I went 11 rounds with him, but he stopped it at the end because I had a severe concussion and I didn't
Oh.
realize it. I was just fighting on just hard,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But so when people ask me what's my biggest victory, I'll tell them about the Niccolo Valua because even though I didn't win the fight, I won the hearts of the network and the people. Like to
Right.
see me go against that guy and that
Right.
small ring. John King gave me like $15,000-$20,000 extra day before the fight. Like he underpaid me to begin with, but
Right.
he gave me six figures. But the point of the matter is that my back was against the wall. And you
Right.
know how our people are. We gotta go hard. We gotta go hard, whether
Yep.
it's against the wall or not.
Yep. Yep.
You know.
Well, oh
But
wow. Well, whew, thank God you made it that many rounds. That's a lot. So
yeah,
fatherhood
11
and
rounds
faith.
getting my head.
11 rounds is a lot. I mean, I can't even go past 3 watching sometimes. If it's just too brutal, I'd say, "Oh my
Mhm.
God, I'm busy crying." I was like, I
Yeah,
feel bad for the wives of the boxers. They must be a mess. Uh,
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I can imagine. That would be a whole nother good thing, good interview, interviewing the boxers' wives. Um, but yeah, so fatherhood and faith, community work. Your world's very big. You do a lot. How do you bring balance, angles, defense into raising your kids and being a granddad? Right? Because I think 8 kids and one grandson, one
Yeah,
grand.
yeah. Yeah, I got 7 biological, but my son Amani, he's my son. That's my
Okay.
my 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 half a wife. That's her son. But
Okay.
he has a grand. But so I have a great relationship with my first grand, which is Tori. That's my
Hmm.
heart, and her mother Tiana is my first daughter. That's
Hmm.
my first love. So
Okay.
Gabrielle is my last love. Tiana is my first love. And
Wow.
it's very unfortunate right now. And I pray and I ask God, Lord, let me have a healthy relationship with all my kids one
Mhm.
day. But I
Right.
don't have the best healthy relationship. And the thing is like this, I'm open arms and I love them. But for me, if
Hmm.
I can't be in a healthy space with you, I'd rather be in no space with you because it's when words matter and
Yeah.
and actions when things happen, things are said, you can't take those things back. You know
No.
what I'm saying? And I don't want
Absolutely.
to, I don't want to hurt nobody, and I don't want to be hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got too much. I got too much going on in my life. God had my place full. I live in a beautiful 4-bedroom home. I got a
Mhm.
beautiful car. I got a beautiful wife. I got beautiful in-laws. I got people who
Yeah.
love me. I got a beautiful team. I got kids that are looking up to me. I'm Coach Two
Mhm.
Guns, and they looking up to me for inspiration, for direction. I am
Right.
blessed. Like I'm more than blessed.
Right.
God has my plate full. I'd rather have my plate full right now than be empty, because
Right.
I know what an empty plate feels like, and I know what a
Mhm.
full plate feels like.
Right.
So,
Wow.
I just, so I got my granddaughter Tori, I got my and my stepson. I have a stronger relationship with my stepson than I do with my
Mhm.
real son. My real son Brandon, he loves me, but he's a
Right.
mama's boy and he's
Right.
into his own thing. But
Right.
Amani he takes heed, like, yo, pops, I'm grateful that I have a strong relationship with you than I do with my pops. But
Right.
that's how I go. It's because when relationships break up, most of the time the woman who has the kid always be with the next guy, become either a stronger mentor in his life or somebody
Right.
closer to him.
Right.
Like
And
my kids, their stepfather became strong with us, had a stronger relationship with them than with
right.
me.
Right. Well, that happens. That happens. But I mean, I always think, just because we got divorced, don't mean that my kids can't be with their daddy, or can't be close to their daddy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've
Well,
I've
if you got
seen.
some small woman,
I was gonna say I've seen some scoring women. I heard one woman say, "You're not even seeing the kids unless I get X amount of money per month." I was like, "How would you do that?" Well, I'm not gonna let them see. Why would you do that? Like that has nothing to do with the other. Yes, I want my money, but I wouldn't care. I didn't get paid nothing for my first daughter, and I still was like, "See your daughter whenever you want to." Of course, it's still your job. You know what
But
I'm
that's
saying? Like,
but don't and a lot of I was gonna say a lot of women don't understand. If when you do that, you're a deadbeat mom. I don't care if
yeah,
you're doing everything. When you separate your relationship, I'm not gonna say no names, but one of the baby mothers told one of my kids' mother told my kids, you can't be in a relationship with me and your father. It's one or the other. Of
what? No,
course, you're gonna say, okay, it's you, mommy. You
of
don't do
course,
stuff. You don't put the kids in those type of positions. Of course, the kids
no,
gonna be like, you know what?
yes.
That's
They
wrong.
go, they go on with mom for
That
sure,
is
but
wrong.
that's
But
okay because you have God in your heart. And with that being said, God always works those relationships out because the kids get older and wiser, and they realize, wait a minute, and that later on can bite
Mhm.
somebody later. So I don't even stress it. You know, what I'm saying I had a situation one of my brothers where a situation like that happened, and they were just making life difficult. I said sometimes you got to walk away and just see what happens. The kids know where you at. They don't want to find you, then oh, so be it. I mean, that in
That-
those cases
that's true.
where it's your mental sanity and your other family sanity, I'm like, hey, you tried. You know, sometimes you just got to
Right.
sit back
Yep.
and wait on God because that's all you can do. Because I know I've seen scornful women, and that's not a pretty sight. That can get you actually locked up.
Mhm.
So sometimes you got to do what you got to do. As long as the kids know, and they will know, they get smart and they watch and observe. They just may not say nothing out of respect, not out of loyalty, but it's all good. You know, you got who you're supposed to have in your life right now. That's everything. You know.
Yeah,
Um.
and that's the most important thing, right? God has the people who are in my life right now are the people God set me for now, right now. I was in church today, and the pastor looked at me and said, Monte, God just told me to let you know that He is spawning you for what's about to come. He's saying,
Mhm.
so be prepared. You praying and you asking for something, He's about to answer your prayers. He's about to
Yes.
take this whole thing. You have to lock that door. It's gonna be so many people coming in that door. You have to either
Mm,
span or get another gym. But he said it's coming,
mm,
and that was really humbling to me, because when I go to church, this is the only place. One of the not the yeah, it is. It's the only place I can get. Church is every day for me, right? When I say like I do my devotions and my affirmations and everything every day. I read the word every day. But when you go to church, you get a chance to fellowship and see
mm.
people just like you struggling with
Right.
life and
Yeah.
looking for a door to open, looking for a door to open, having a better relationship or a better understanding with God. And
Right.
that's irreplaceable. So worship, so fellowship is like it's irreplaceable. You can't. But when
Yeah.
I heard that, I just my feeling. I said, "Thank you, Lord, God is a God of answering prayers. God answers
Right.
prayers, and God always looks over you. And I'm the only person. Like I could say from my own testimony, I look at
Right.
myself. It's only because of God that I'm here, that I'm
Right.
on this podcast with you. It's only that I can even talk to you, right?
Right.
And that I have a functional, healthy relationship with the people that I love and who love me, and that we spawn off each other and we help each other.
Right.
And God gave me this gym's my ministry. This is
Yes, I
my
know.
church.
That's right. The gym. So the gym,
Right.
name of the gym again. The nonprofit again. You changed it from House to
It's
Champions.
bad. Yeah, it's a
What's the name
bad
of
boxing headquarters.
Bad Boxing
Bad
Headquarters?
boxing
Right.
headquarters.
So that's your nonprofit. How does each principal show up when you're mentoring to the next generation there? Wow.
It's good. The kids none of them never boxed before, so this is gonna be really exciting. That
Mm,
this small town, so it's around 5 or 6 small towns in the area, and I got a
mm,
little bit from everywhere. But these kids never boxed before, so it's gonna be really a lot for them. But I see them adjusting, and I see them
mm,
making so much improvement. And
mm.
one thing if I learned is that I'm learning from them. right? And I told my other coaches they never been have they're not boxing coaches. They're one is a football coach and one is a good friend who picks up on things fast. And
Right.
me learning kids are very cagey. They're very unpredictable and they're very
Yeah.
smart.
Yes,
And
they
so
are.
I'm learning from them on how to train them,
Mhm.
and I'm like I told them, I said, listen, I've been watching how they move and how they train, and then I'll get a guy who will like Kasazu. And I said, yo, go follow Kasazu because he was a shorter fighter than everybody in his division, but he was
Mhm.
very aggressive and he
Mhm.
didn't waste punches. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
certain things like that. Long story short is that I'm learning more from the kids probably than they learn from me. But it feels good.
Yes,
It
it's
feels
always a
good,
learning
like
process. Yeah, no, for sure. It's always
and the
they
day
always
we
teach
stop
you.
learning is the day it's time to die, right? The
That's
day we stop
facts.
learning is the day we must quit. It's nothing to do after you if you know everything,
Nope,
you
absolutely
know.
not. Got to keep learning. It's a daily progress, and even just being a human being is a
Exactly.
daily work. So it's all good.
Hmm.
So your life's toughest battles, they didn't happen just in the ring. Without giving too much away, what lesson from those moments do you dig most deeply into your book?
I really I'm in a space where I did and I'm still doing a lot of work on myself. So
Hmm.
I used to be emotionally a roller coaster. Now I'm practical and emotion. I'm logical and emotional balance.
Okay.
Where my wife helped me balance that off because she's not emotional at all. When we first got together, she was very logical. Like she think is there an answer for every question, right? I was too emotional. Now we balance each other off, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, so what I could say from the book would be just the principles of balance. We go back to the balance. If you ain't got balance, you ain't got anything. And
No.
when I was too much of this or too much of that, only thing
Hmm.
in life that I've really found that you don't need to balance is love.
Hmm.
You can never get too much love,
Mm. That's
but
fact.
everything else needs to be balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You
Yes.
love and love is a balanced word. It's an off balanced word because love means it's a different meaning to everybody.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Does.
Love is a different meaning. Like friends and love is two words that are misplaced a lot by people.
Yes. Yes. It definitely is friends in love. Wow. But you're known for speaking truth. Very charismatic energy. What's the one line from Bad that you think will resonate hardest with people who are feel stuck?
Believe all dreams. Believe, keep dreaming, and keep
Hmm.
believing.
Hmm.
Anything is possible. And
Mm.
the thing that sticks the I've I looked at as I'm getting older and I'm realizing that you know how people um how people project themselves, right?
Hmm.
And a lot of people are struggling with their image.
Hmm.
And my wife said when we got together, she's like, Monte, you never had a problem struggling about your image. You was always overconfident, really cocky,
Yeah.
but I realized that even in church, even in everyday life, I meet people and talking
Hmm.
to them, and a lot of people struggle. And one thing I think that just to bounce off of, you know, if anything, and I always tell people, if something good could happen for me, it can happen for
Hmm.
you.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
but if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything.
Mm.
So
Yes, facts.
whether you serve the God from high or the God on earth or whoever you serve, be your
Mhm.
best at it. So,
That's it.
I just think that for me, my one of my superpowers is praying. I
Mm.
pray, I kid you not, Tanya, I think I probably pray minimum 5 to 10 times a day.
That's it.
And
That you
that
need to
has
stay prayed up.
that's right. And when I say that honestly, like people message me and say, "Can you pray for me?" And my wife's like, "Why are people texting, messaging you, ask you to pray for them?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "But you know what? I do. You know why? Because that's my assignment. right? And one of the
Right.
ladies from Las Vegas, she said, Monte, she said, when COVID happened, you prayed for my daughter, and
Mhm.
God got you to pray for her, and she got healed. She was delivered.
Mhm.
And she said, I know it wasn't you, I know it was God, but you intercessed on my behalf, and thank
Mhm.
you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? She was like, how can I send you anything? I said, no, we're good. She was a lawyer.
Right.
She was like, I would like to help you out. I was like, no, I'm good. I thank you though. You know what I'm saying? I still
Right.
keep in contact with that lady today. And like
Wow.
I have around 5 to 10 people a week that would say, bro, thank you for that post. I needed to hear that. I needed to
Right.
see that.
Yes. It's
That's my
it's
ministry.
inspiration. Yeah, exactly. And I think we're all used by the universe for various things. Everybody has their gift, their talent, and some people, they need someone to pray for them because they don't know how to do it themselves, but they don't feel it as, I can't explain it, but they don't feel it or believe it as much as when someone else does it. Why? I don't know, but it works. If yeah, I believe it's energy, anything with energy, it works. So if you're praying
Mhm.
for someone and you believe it and they believe it, of course it's going to work, you know? So, and some people need it. They need extra, I don't know. I've seen the power of prayer. I think prayer is something that works because it's people manifesting and holding it in the light. So it's definitely going to happen.
Mhm.
So yeah, go ahead. So what's that? So yeah, so
No,
you've lived
no,
through. Okay, you good? Okay, you've lived
right.
through like
I'm
highs
good.
and lows. You come out teaching. If someone holding bad in their hands right now, the book, which principle do you hope kicks off their journey if they're reading the book right now? Let me see if I can pull the book up again.
Well,
Um,
I would say right now, I would say like just in the form it is, like I feel like if you need a balance.
mhm,
You need balance with everything you do. Too much
mhm,
anything, like I said, isn't good besides love. So
right,
if you have no balance, you can't project which way you're going. And I think
mhm,
when you look at things from a different then that's when they go from balance and then your angle. I mean, you can't
mhm,
have everything the same way. You know,
right,
every
right,
relationship. Think about just in a forget about the ring and boxing. Just think about in a relationship. You
right,
meet somebody, you break up, and you meet somebody else. You can't approach them the same way you approach the last person.
right.
You gotta have a different angle,
It has to be,
right?
has to, and
So
not work.
I think that would really be a strong point, a good point to start from. A B, which is balance.
Mm,
I think that
mm,
balance would be like really uh it's you gotta stay on your balance for a minute, because it's not just with balance decisions, it's balance also with your life,
okay,
with you and also in your relationships in life, with your kids, with your family, with God.
right,
You need
right.
a balance with it.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely,
like
absolutely.
I had to find time, because Tanya, we always make an excuse about why we don't do this or why we don't do that. And
Mhm.
it's easy to make excuses. You can't make excuses and have results. You got to have one or the other,
Absolutely.
right?
Totally agree. Totally agree.
You can't have both.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
what are you going to do?
That's right. That's it.
So
What
are
are
you
you
going
gonna do?
are you going to make excuses, or you have results? So what I've done, I brainwash myself. What I do is I
Mhm.
train myself. When I open up the gym, I start
Mhm.
setting my clock for 3:30 in the morning
Okay.
for a week. I trained myself, and then that was before the gym opened. So when the gym
Mhm.
opened, I was into action. I was trained and ready to get up and do what I had to do.
See, wow.
And I have alarm clocks. It works for me. I have alarm clock for everything. I have probably like 20 alarms on my phone, if not more.
Me
But
too.
it keeps me positioned. It keeps me positioned for what's next.
Right. Right. Keep your
You know,
focus. Yeah.
and
What you got to do. Wow. Yeah. No, that's
and
discipline. Discipline.
more. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go alarm real quick. Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
You can still see
Okay.
me? No.
Yeah, I can still see you.
Can you
Go
see me?
ahead. Yep, I got you. Nope. Now I
All right,
can't.
hold on. I'm gonna see.
But you're there. Okay, that's okay.
All right, hold on.
Coming in. Yeah.
All right, so look, I got
How
my
many minutes?
first I got 5:15. Then I got alarms. Um, my first alarm is 6:15. from my spiritual world. I'm depending on
Mhm.
you, Father. I'm connecting to you, God. I'm relaxing in you because without you, I can't do
Mhm.
anything. That's every day. And then at
Mhm.
6:30, Lord, change my heart and motivation to lead me to serve you today. The
Mm.
6:30 again, seeking God's presence today and continue working out my salvation.
Mm.
Right? And then I got 7 o'clock. I need to surrender to God daily and trust and believe that He will and is healing me from my past relationships and shortcomings. And looking
Mm.
forward to a new life in my present and looking forward to a bright future. Focusing on my new life and stop worrying about my finances, things will turn out for me. Also, how
Mhm.
people who have used me and hurt me view me
Mhm.
because that's not my concern anymore. Reminder, God has the final say so and it's
Mhm.
in total control,
Mm.
right? Then I got I got my gym, this, that, other. Then I go back and then I go into the evening.
Mhm.
I go until 12:40. My alarm go for 12:40. Expect good things to
Mhm.
happen from God in my life. And
Mhm.
then I got 12:05. I forgot. I believe I receive. I say that every day.
Mm.
Then we go. I got uh so yeah, that's for that part of that part. But what I'm trying to say, I have
Mhm.
to, it's okay to be reminded who you are.
Right.
It's okay to
Absolutely.
be reminded about, your relationship with God and like you're not here because of you.
Right.
But I was made for this. I was bred for this. I have all the confidence in God that He is taking me to a different level in my life. And
Mhm.
not because I deserve it, but he know that
Right.
I can carry the ups and downs and that I'm gonna get through it. Because he built
Right.
me. He built
Exactly.
me
Exactly.
from a child, from when I was a child. I came here in New York when I was 3 years old or whatever, and from the
Mhm.
molestation to the street violence, to
Right.
the football, to
Right.
the collision, to the boxing, to right here.
Right.
I have a beautiful gym, a customized gym. I have
Mhm.
kids in the community that I love and family love and appreciate me as I appreciate them. I have a
Mhm.
beautiful home. I have a beautiful support system. I have a
Mhm.
beautiful. I am a disciple. I
Mm.
am one of God's disciple. I'm in His
Yes.
kingdom. I'm here to
Yes.
serve.
Mm.
That I am
Well.
serving. To yesterday was one of the thing I want to tell you. That I want to share this was really happening. Really, and was really to this day. Today I feel a little better, but I feel bad still. Yesterday I seen somebody almost lose their life.
Okay.
We was coming from the church, and they had a small business administration, and the guy who was one of it was 5 people on the podium. One of the
Mhm.
guys, he was
Mhm.
Russian, and I guess he was feeling like the way he was talking to
Mhm.
people on the stage, like he was better because there's a small rural town called Ridgeville in South
Mhm.
Carolina. So after it was over, he rushed out and he jumped out in front, and boom, I'm walking to my car and I see this body flying in the air,
Oh
and
no.
boom, in the bike, and the guy hit him so hard his car was total. Well, all the airbags came out. His motor was on the ground. He hit this kid so hard. The kid was riding the kid was on a moped, right?
Mm.
The kid was 19 years old. I seen this guy lose his life and come back. All I was crying. I started praying, and
Mm.
then everybody else started coming around and started praying. He had 14 visible broken parts of his body. He was bleeding
Mm.
internally because we couldn't take his helmet off. But
Mm.
Tanya, when I
Mm.
tell you both his arms were broken, both his wrists was broken, his
Mm.
knees were broken, his ankles were broken, his ankles his feet were facing the other way. He was 19 years old. I was
Mm.
so off beat. I wanted to beat the crap out of this guy, but I know that I went to that meeting. I thought
Mm.
went to that meeting for the meeting of the minds with
Right.
the small business. I went
Mhm.
for that to that meeting and be with that on that kid's side, and be
Mm.
with him in that thing in that moment. And I went
Right.
to the hospital where he was. They couldn't allow me to see him because I don't I didn't know him or whatever. But
Right.
I gave my number to the police officers at the hospital and
Mhm.
the administration, and I said
Mhm.
if his parents want to talk to me, please tell them to call me. I
Mm.
was really just shaken up all
Um,
day. That kid, I have kids too. To see a kid 19 years old,
Yeah.
and the guy
Oh.
was looking at the car. Like, oh, look at my car. Look at my car. You got a kid over here about to lose his life. I seen the guy
Right.
stop breathing a couple of times. And then when he woke up, he was like, "Where am I?" And then he just passed out. And this
That's
really, and this is a part of, like, I'm not just talking about this. I'm living my life. My life is about helping people. Always
right.
been about it. I ain't getting no money for it. I'm doing it because I'm living the best part of my life right now, serving God's people.
That's
God has
it.
helped me to be in a space where I can be.
That is it. That is all that. That's. I mean, I think we're all here for a divine purpose. Everybody finds what that is. So we're blessed that we know what that is. And that's a plus. It helps us get to the gist of life quicker, I think. So let's see. Balance angle defense. Could you walk us through a couple of strategies that unfold in specific chapters in the book, or like a story in the book? Maybe
Well,
like how
I got
angle.
a couple stories, but I don't have the book. I don't have the book in front of me. That's the whole thing.
Okay. Okay. That's
Um,
okay. That's
the
okay.
book. Yeah, I don't have the right. So yeah, I don't have the
So
book in
then
front of me.
give us,
Um,
give us a favorite, give us a favorite lesson that maybe some kids watching could get from a story that you have, that you look back on and say, yeah, that's how I came to this in my book. How do I came to this moment? Whether it's angles, whatever part.
yeah. I had another story. Well, I got a few, but I'll just say what I like to just share with people, like, um just not, the one thing that I've learned in life is with my angles is and I notice a lot of kids do it, right. They always come up with all these and it's good to be very inventive and creative, but at the end of the day, your angle, you develop your personality, you develop who you are as you go, and
Right.
you know you got to try things in life. Some things are
Yes,
going
you
to
do.
work, and some things not. But what I've learned from, and this is where I learned from angles, that for me, that everything that might work for one person might not work for other person.
Hmm. Right.
And and with that being said, sometimes, and sometimes things that other people go through, that it won't even touch you, because everybody's different. Everybody has different approaches. Everybody has different lives, and
Yes.
angles is also has something to do with your family upbringing, because
Mm.
every family has a different angle on how they raise their kids, and
Yes.
most Black families raise their kid on pain, raise their
Mm.
kid on a different concept. Like, you don't have to beat kids to make them submit to you.
Well,
That's
comes
some
from
real.
past.
That's
That
some real.
comes from our past. That I mean, I got to
That come
defend
from a
some
past.
people.
That come from, yeah.
We're only
But that,
2 or 3
yeah,
generations
that
removed
come.
from, actually, not even our parents were not allowed in sundown towns. And still to this day, you have to train your kids and they don't
Mhm.
understand it, because this generation's like, oh, that was 20 years ago. I'm like, 20 years ago, I can take you places right now that you're not allowed in and you might not make it out. So with that being said, how
Yeah.
do you train your kids to not be in a certain area or not do a certain thing in a certain place? How do you do that? You know, I understand it
But
now.
the,
We
the
can do
bottom line
you
is,
and
and
yeah, go. Sorry.
everybody grew up different, right? And it doesn't. Listen, I'm not saying it's a wrong thing.
Right.
I'm not gonna say it's for me. It doesn't work for me. I don't believe
Right.
that hitting my kids is going to produce
No,
better results. I don't.
absolutely. You're
I
right.
believe
You're right.
talking to them. I believe talking to them, showing them love and patience and kindness is going to produce way more than it's going to than beating them with switches and brooms and
Yeah.
tires and everything that can
Tires.
get a extension cord. Yeah, I got hit with a tire upside before, so
Tires.
you know, but yeah,
I
I
did get a
yo
switch. I got a switch once. I got a switch and I got an ironing cord once.
yeah
That was bad. That was bad.
yeah
I still have the mark on
yeah
my leg. Yeah, that was bad. That's a
yeah
little bit
well
excessive. That's a bit much. Yeah,
mhm,
but you're right.
yeah
You're right. But
yeah yeah.
yeah.
Well, I got beat with a mop. That's where that saying came from. You got mopped.
What? Oh my gosh.
I
Wow.
was on a yeah.
How do you even do that?
My
Like,
mother came up. Yeah, my mother used to grab my no, my mother was beat. My mother used to beat me with everything she can grab. But I get my mother was a young mother. She had me when she was 16 years old, and she did the
okay.
best she can. But I had to, as I got older, I had to
Mhm.
understand the process. Like the therapist said, you got to think about the trauma she went through. She
Exactly.
passed that on. She passed
Exactly.
that
And
on
that's
from her upbringing.
exactly. That's
Right?
what that's what we don't understand. And I just had a guest last week, a writer, Erica J. Simpson, her book, This Is Your Mother. Powerful book. And that's where you learn that lesson is that we put these titles on our mothers, whether they carry us through or not. I was a foster kid, so my birth mother wasn't there. But we put these labels on them, and sometimes they if they pass early, we think, oh, this could have happened, that should have happened, and you don't think like they had things happen to them too, and they did the best that they could do with what they had. So unless you're being literally abused, then I'd say, oh, all bets are off. But anything else, just because they didn't make enough money or they didn't do this enough, I don't think that's a grounds to disown your mother, right? It's a lot
Yeah,
to
but
that. But go ahead.
and then I was gonna
Go ahead.
say the thing of my mother, she was eight, she was of eight children, she was the second youngest, right?
Yes.
So her having that type of trauma, like her family tells me
Mm-hmm.
bits and pieces when they was alive. They was telling me bits and pieces, right? That was just their story, but
Mm-hmm.
she never really told me her story, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
uh and then when she got to a place with telling me her story, she was always the victim of the story, right? And
Mm-hmm.
not to say that's a bad thing, that's the way she felt. And the reason a lot of time, and I just said I just said it around 10 minutes ago, right? A lot of people don't know how to keep the victorious, life in their head, because words matter and your thoughts matter, and affirmations and speaking positivity and life
Mm-hmm.
into yourself, because ain't nobody
Mm-hmm.
else gonna speak it into you. You
Nope.
might have, you get a new boyfriend, new husband. He might speak into you for a little bit, but
Right.
you got to keep that going. You got to
Yep.
remind yourself who you
Yep.
are. And
Yep.
if you don't, it'll dissipate fast. Life
Yes.
happens,
And
bills,
people treat you how you
family,
treat
kids.
yourself.
Yeah, people.
People
Right,
treat you how you
exactly.
treat
And
yourself. So yeah.
you're a reflection of how you're being treated. You're
Yep.
a reflection.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. And I
Absolutely.
always say that people treat you the way you treat. So, yep.
That's exactly it.
So if you gotta,
I keep.
if you don't hold yourself in, if you and I don't hold ourselves in high regards, how other
Mhm.
people gonna treat us like that? They're not. They're gonna treat us the
Exactly.
way we treat ourselves.
Exactly. And my mother used to say, you teach people how to treat you.
Yeah,
So I was
that's
like,
true.
yep,
That's
that's
true.
right.
She's
I sure
absolutely
do.
right.
Now some people call me bougie, and I'm like, I'm not bougie. I just like nice things. That's all. There's a
Mhm.
difference.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I just like nice things. I like
Mhm.
good food, real food, live food, right?
Mhm.
Versus I'm
Yeah.
not going to go to
Mhm.
McDonald's. So don't, you know what I'm saying? So you have to set standards for yourself. I tell my daughters that all the time. Set standards. If you don't, somebody else will, and it's usually lower.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
so
And
that's
you know what? I was gonna say yesterday, I felt like I had the experience of the big eyes, little U's. Like I say in life, there's no big eyes and there's no little U's, right? Everybody, we
mm,
all on the same playing field. Some hustle harder,
mm,
some are more blessed,
yeah,
some do things that they feel more lucky about, whatever,
yeah,
right? But at the end
right.
of the day, we all start from the same place. We all wake
Yep.
up in the morning, we all put our shoes on the same way, we all would brush our teeth the same way, right? It's all
Mhm.
how much, how for one, who you serving, because you can't serve yourself. You ain't getting but so far. And one of the most important things I'll tell you that helped me
Mhm.
with angles was,
Mhm.
I don't care how great you are about with
Mhm.
anything. If you don't
Mhm.
got a good support system, you're not going nowhere.
Mhm.
And
Woo! Say it
and
again.
and what and I said, and I don't care how great you are. If you don't
Mhm.
have a good support system or great support system, you're not going nowhere. Because I realized this for me, and looking at, I knew some guys that had way more talent than me in the street. And
Mhm.
whether it was a DJing or playing basketball, but they didn't have a support system.
Mm.
They didn't have no angle on how to get to that level from wisdom, from support, from leadership, or from advice from people. And I was very blessed and fortunate. My family was the average black family to argue over the Kool-Aid, who drank the last Kool-Aid, and fought Christmas and Thanksgiving about
Right.
Negro ate all the turkey, right? I get it. But at the end of the day, right, I got more support from my friend's family that had two parents. I
Right.
had I had two really good friends in my life. I had three friends, but two really good friends who parents really supported me. Brian
Mhm.
Backus,
Mhm.
his mother and father supported me. His mother gave
Mhm.
me the keys to her house. She
Wow.
was like, she's seen a lot in me. And
Mhm.
he was one of my good friends on the football team. He was like a best friend at that time. And
Mhm.
Craig Felder. Craig
Oh, wow.
Felder, he had a mother and a father,
Mhm.
and his sister Yolanda. They was like my family. Like I can go
Mhm.
there, and when I went to Craig house and we worked out and we hung out in the basement, that was
Mhm.
that was my rest haven. I
Oh,
felt
yeah.
peace there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
like I said, and I have another friend, Arthur Dennis, and his family. His mother and father was, they was balanced. You know what I'm saying? But they brought up a really good kid in him with the balance. But he wound up being a knucklehead down the line because he was trying to be a street guy instead of being like his parents showed him how to be balanced.
Right.
And he got caught up in some knucklehead stuff. But
Wow.
I feel like Brian Backus family and Craig Felder
Mhm.
family put a a mark on my life that there is such thing called normalcy
Yes. And that's what,
support.
yeah, support is support and community are so crucial because I tell
It
foster
is.
kids all the time, since I mentor to them that, somebody say, how did you make it? I said, I would not have made it. Let's be clear, would not have made it without the help of my community and a few friends whose family were like they were ride or die family. Like they have Christmas, they knew I didn't really have much or whatever. They'd invite me over. I had families, the D's in Jersey. I had so many people that were very key. If it wasn't for them, I'm telling you, a lady named Louisa Bauer, God bless her soul. When I
Mhm.
went to NYU, she paid for my books because she knew I was a foster kid or whatever, and I didn't have nobody to have my back and get extra
Mhm.
loans and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So she paid for my books
Right.
while I was at school. I would never. There's no way I could have finished NYU if I didn't have them people help me. I had somebody help me with my train pass, and
Mhm.
then I found then I found the
Mhm.
program to help me. But I had a lot of help. I couldn't have
Mhm.
did that by myself, and people don't understand. For
Right.
young people especially, they need support. So if you can mentor to them, if you say, well, let me donate to this organization and I'll have two young kids in the community go to Monty's gym, do it. If you can do that, that helps so much because those kids, if they're sitting on that street and they ain't got nothing to do, you better believe you're going to see them again in court, in jail, or in the mental institution. That's it.
Mhm.
So you rather see them somewhere
Mhm.
in life and in your community doing good and helping people than to be a menace, right? And you can't blame them for
Right.
their menace if you're not offering nothing, don't talk nothing. That's how I see it. And I like the fact that you have a gym because you're trying to be the change you want to see. You know what I'm saying? You're not just talking about all these young
Mhm.
kids, they're out here doing nothing. I hate people that do that. It annoys me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So what are you doing? Did you open a
Mhm.
roller skating rink for the young people to come to? Did you open a gym? Are you
Mhm.
doing psychosocials to make sure they get out of those diagnoses that they have? But what are you doing? Nothing. Most people are not doing anything. So
Mhm.
I really applaud you for using your gift that God gave you, your skill, your talent, your personality, and your image to help young kids. They need this. They need it so much. Um, and I appreciate you. I totally see the big picture.
And the mayor from Orangeburg County in the South
Mhm.
Carolina, he
Mhm.
he gave the nod for me to have a 40,000 square foot building called the Old City Gym. It's a
Oh,
historic landmark where they have slave grave sites.
mhm.
So
Wow.
right now we're in
Wow.
the process probably of picking up next year. But in the
Mhm.
meantime, he gave me a space. Well,
Mhm.
I could just train the community with boxing programs, right? I'm not
Mm.
charging anything, but it just is space until we can get the building up and running. But that's so most likely I had to fall back from that because I was supposed to open up the gym this August. I probably open up sometime in October. But the point of is that God will put people in your life that,
Amen.
and they will bless you, and you don't have nothing like. I came out here and Senator Stevens, he wound up, blessing me with some funds to get my vision started, to start on my dream, start with, open up the gym. That was only God. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So I'm humble and I'm grateful, and I'm just saying to myself, and I pray and I say, God, let me continue to show up and be the best version of myself, because and for me, I feel like this. It might not even be anything but just having. We might have the next Barack Obama, or the next scientist who discovers how to stop cancer in those towns, and he needs some support, he needs some instruction, some direction, some so he can be a better person, whoever it is, whether it's somebody who's going to change the world, or somebody who's going to make a difference. I don't
right.
know what it is, but God he's doing it for a reason.
Mm.
He's not doing say, okay, Monte, well, let me just, he's doing it. It's a balance. It's a balance. Yes, he is blessing me, but he know that I'm going to take it. I'm going to run with it. I'm going to
Yeah.
pay it forward, right?
Yes.
And
It's something else.
I'm so grateful and humble. Yeah, I'm gonna make something out. I'm gonna make the best out of it, and I always know the best is yet to come. That's one
Mm,
of my greatest quotes.
mm,
The
mm,
best is
mm.
yet to come.
That
Stop, keep
is
going.
that's right. That's right. So you call this book a life manual forged in fire. How is it structured? Like, is it themed by principle? One chapter for each concept, or does it blend real life
Yes.
stories with exercise and tools that they can apply right
No,
away?
yeah. So we got one. Each chapter is a theme. It's like the B, the A, the D, and then we
Okay.
have the stories, and then we have the pictures. We have the affirmations. Just the balance everything off of how it all started and where it
Okay.
finished at. And a lot of it I want the gentleman who helped me write the book. Well, he
Mhm.
didn't help me write the book. He presented the book to me because that's what he does. His name is Tori. He's a great guy.
Mhm.
He what he did was he said, "Monte, who you want to put on a post?" So he gave me like 5 or 6 different things to put on a post on the front cover,
Mhm.
and and most of the old me would have put my
Mhm.
picture on it, right?
Mhm.
I want to be I want to be verified or certified or whatever they call it, right?
Right.
But
Right.
boxing gloves is international impact. Boxing gloves has changed my life, right?
Right.
Um, and I wanted to focus on a universal calling. Like, this is not about one person. This,
Uh-oh, your
this is about
Wi-Fi is breaking up. Can you hear me now?
it's,
Yeah, it's breaking up just a little bit. Okay, so tell the tail end of that again. Yeah, just the tail end. Okay, sorry guys. 2 seconds. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, try it again. Okay, you got it. Okay, try it again. I'm down to the last question after that. Anyway. Okay. Yep. Go ahead. I don't know if this so. That's not. Yeah. It's not. It's not my Wi-Fi. Let's see. Nope. Okay, that's good. No, that's good to know. Could usually could be mine. Let's see. Okay, go ahead. So now say something. Let's see. Yeah, someone said you're breaking up. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you can come out, go in, and come back out. Wait. Oh, wait. Let me see if that works. Banners. I got just one last question anyway. Let's see. Go ahead. Okay. Try it again, Monte. Yeah. That work? Let's see. No. Let's see. Didn't work. You could try try logging out and coming back in. If you don't, then I'll just end it. Let's see. We can try that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Now I can hear you. Say something. Can you hear me? Let's see. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Let's see if we can hear him. Monte's frozen. Oh, you're frozen? Uh-oh. Okay. So, well, we had so Monte, let me see. Try going out and come back in. If not, I'll have to end. I only have one more question anyway, and I want to know where we donate to. So let's see if I have it on here. Banners. Yeah, you can go to the website, and you can also get the book off of Amazon. Let's see what I have. There you go. Let's see. Add to stage. Let's go. I'm going to add them back. Okay. Uh-oh. The nice not connected. Okay, 1 second, guys. Give me a second. We're going to try this back again. Okay. He's going to come back in, hopefully. Add to stage. There we go. Hi. You there? Okay, there you are. Say something. There you go. Okay, so go ahead. You there? I can hear you. Go ahead. I think maybe, I don't know if it's your Wi-Fi somewhere. If you moved, you've been in the same spot. That's weird. It's just getting blurry. So what we'll do, yeah, we'll just finish that sentence. Now I got an ambulance going by. So we'll just finish that. I only have one more question anyway, but go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
The last question. Noise.
Yeah, it sounds like you're underwater. So maybe I'll just end it with this last thing. Let me see. Yeah, I can't, because I couldn't hear what you're gonna say, and I don't want to mess it up even more. So let me just end it with this. Is that all right? You can hear me? You can hear me? Okay, so let me say, well, let me see. Try it again. Let's see if it works. Speak closer to the phone. See if it works. I like your glasses. I like your glasses. Okay. Go ahead. So let's see. All right. So what I'll do is what's the website where we can go to donate?
The website is B.A.D Boxing Headquarters. Info at, hold on 1 second.
Boxing Headquarters info at Gmail. Is that Gmail? Let's see. Head boxing.
It's BADboxingheadquarters.com. BADboxingheadquarters.com.
There we go. .com. Got it, guys. So that's where you can go and donate. And then for the book, where can we pre-order? Well, pre-order there on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. The pre-order. I should have. It's the link. I forgot the link. I put the link on Facebook. I'll put the link again because it's pre-orders.
Okay, I'll check it. Let me see. Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go. Sound. Yep. Yep. We're back. 1 second. Let me see if I can see it in the chat. Where was the chat, please? Getting feedback. All right, so that's good. So what I'll do is I'll end with that. And if anybody wants to know, you can go to Monte Barrett's Facebook page, right? Is it Monte Barrett? Is it just Monte Barrett on Facebook, right? Yeah. Yeah. Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah, you can
Monte
find him.
Barrett, yep.
Yeah, and you can always inbox me.
Instagram is Monte D. Barrett. Yeah, Monte D. Barrett.
Yeah. And I know someone had asked if they could read your book on their page, but I don't think that's it's not out yet. So the best thing is to order it.
It'll be out on the 2nd. It'll be out
September.
What is this?
September 2nd. It'll be out. Yeah. So that's when you can get the book. And then if you buy the book and you want to read it out loud, I don't think that's a problem, right? once you get it,
Nope.
because that'll help. That's promotion. Why not? So
Yep.
anyway, Monte, this has been legendary, raw, real, and powerful. So guys, if you're watching this, the wisdom is B.A.D. Isn't just a book about boxing. It's a roadmap for life. Go grab it. And for by September 2nd, September 1st, I think September 1st is when they said it was due out. Learn how to stay steady, shift smart, and stand strong. Monte, we appreciate you. And man's from Queens in the world. Hey, we appreciate you so much. And we thank you for taking the time. And you guys are awesome out there. I see you. Thank you so much for watching On the Town with Tanya. And Monte, hang out 1 second and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. All right. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. All right.